So, ladies and gentlemen, it's come to this. The 8th grade graduation of 2015. Fellow classmates, today is the conclusion of our middle school years at CHP. No doubt you're all patiently waiting to burst into tears at the end of the ceremony. I will try not to hold you back too long. Please bear with me. 2 days ago, I was told to write the speech. In the typical manner of those of my generation, I consulted a trustworthy friend who has supported me and probably all of my other friends throughout middle school. Google. I received a list of 3 things which should be in such a speech. A summary of our accomplishments and what we've learned through our middle school years. An acknowledgement of all the people who helped us on our way. And finally, something inspirational to keep everyone moving on their paths. Now, in my opinion, there's a problem with each of these items. They don't work. They just don't apply. So now, if you don't mind, I'm going to take a detour to explain why. Graduates, we learned a lot of things during our time in CHP. I would be deluding myself if I thought I could sum up our experiences and accomplishments that easily. That's not how life works. Life is spontaneous and organic. It defies categorization. That being said, I will try to list some of the things we learned. In Mrs. Steiner's language arts class, we learned how to methodically organize and explain our thought process. In the painstaking research processes for our science fairs conducted in Mrs. Steiner's class, we learned how to take notes, turn those notes into paragraphs, and cite our sources. The many essays we wrote, which at the time seemed to have no end, taught us that we should never say anything unless we have a good reason for it. In Mrs. Kazan's class, we learned about the values of problem solving, and that there are many different ways to approach life. We learned the value of organization, and that you can't always depend on a secretary like Appu. In Mrs. McAdams' class, we learned about the values of citizenship, not just of our country, but of the world. We learned about the world, about how it had been and as it is, and what we can do to improve it. We also learned that one does not have forever to complete things, and that procrastination is not your friend. And Mrs. Butler's, Mr. Bonta's, and Mr. Baye's class, we learned a lot about the scientific method and how to organize our work in a professional manner. We learned a great deal about the process of thinking and how to be methodical at whatever it is that we do. In Senior College class, we learned the value of communication and of exploring new fields and developing new interests. Miss G, our art teacher, taught us, and especially me, an important lesson, that everyone needs motor skills. This was quite a valuable lesson to a certain boy who declared that motor skills were unimportant and that he could do without them in 3rd grade. In Mr. Chris's class, we learned about the value of making connections, and that all areas of knowledge relate to one another. Our discussions in music class opened us up to the fact that no subject of study is isolated. Everything is connected. In Mr. Rudy and Mr. Seeling's class, we learned that not all learning is confined to the classroom. In fact, one can learn a very great deal from the outdoors. In Mrs. Nan's class, we were taught how to think critically. Our essay prompts and engineering projects forced us to look at the world in new ways. Many of us also participated in the debate club. The topics we studied, the ways we were taught to analyze them, and the debates we attended taught us to take new approaches, to think about real-world issues, and to build ourselves as people. Also, we learned how to argue, a skill that will no doubt prove useful to many of us in the teenage years to come, but will torture our parents out of their minds. Finally, Mrs. Steiner's Shakespeare Club, which all of us have participated in. We learned a great deal about teamwork and dedication. The many plays we performed gave us great insight into each other and taught us that the greatest accomplishments are team efforts. I apologize if I forgot to mention any important people around here, but as you can see, there are a lot. I can't possibly begin to name them all. I also hope you noticed that I rarely mention the actual subjects which we studied. but rather the life skills which we learned along the way. We live in the digital age. Information is easily accessible. What matters then is not much how much you know, but whether or not you know how to use it. The things which we really learn show up in our many cooperative accomplishments. The plays we performed, the projects we completed, and the poop that we cleaned in 6th grade. The sheer quantity of work and study put into and by the class of 2015 defies all attempts to reduce it to a single principle. So at this point, I'm supposed to acknowledge the people who helped us on our journey. But the fact of the matter is that there are so many people who each made such massive contributions to our class that I don't know where to begin. I'm just a 13-year-old boy. My acknowledgement can't possibly begin to properly honor these people. All I can do is express my heartfelt gratitude. So now I want the audience to do something. Everybody please stand up. So I'm going to recite the names of every person or group I can remember who helped us along our middle school journey. And I want you to give the loudest applause you can possibly give after each name. Ready? Mrs. Steiner. Mrs. Kazan. Mrs. McAdams. Mrs. Butler. Mr. Duncan. Mr. Baeza. Mrs. Carter. Mrs. E. Mr. Chris. Mrs. Nick. Mr. Seeley. Senora Cummings. Mr. Ruby. Mr. Alex. Mr. Montic. All of our parents and family members. And now, everybody whom I forgot. After everybody my dreams gratitude, all of you are incredible. Thank you so much. So now we arrive at the final part. My inspirational advice to you, my fellow graduates. And here, yet again, I arrive at admission. I am not exactly qualified to give you advice. As far as life experience goes, I am at the same standing as all of you. All I can do is parrot the advice of those far older and wiser than me. Keep going. Graduating isn't the end or the beginning of the world. As Andy Sandberg said, you are graduating. That means that this is the first day of the last day of your life. No, that's wrong. This is the last day of the first day of school. Nope, that's worse. This is a day. Continue with your life. Have fun and put your best foot forward. Remember that although we may not all be in the same class anymore, we're still friends. I'd like to leave you with a quote by Abraham Lincoln. I'd like to leave you with a quote by Abraham Lincoln. The best thing about the future is that it comes one day at a time. Pace yourself. Don't rush into the future. Don't stay in the past. Remain in the present and take advantage of your day. Continue to do your best, as you have done throughout middle school. Congratulations, class of 2015.